We're walking into the Goodwill in Leesburg, Florida. See what we can find today. You see here, what do you think the color of the day is? It is 50% off blue tag. Shall we get a card? Let's think optimistically. I am again. That's something that I donated last week. Let's see what else they might have of mine. I mean, I only donate back here because I get a receipt so I can write it off of my taxes. And I'm not wanting to keep any Christmas stuff at the moment. Looks like they have a good amount of stuff. Do you collect nutcrackers? He's a spangly guy. And some little ones. A retro style always catches my eye, and these boots were really cool looking. I wanted to buy them and then noticed the zipper was broken, but that didn't stop them from charging $13. I mean, come on. Then I thought these were kind of retro as well. These loafers, they have a nice bridle bit. Look at the heel on it. But again, $15. Not gonna happen. I'm still trying to learn about sneakers, and sometimes the ones that look the coolest really don't get that much money. So I left these behind. $25, not gonna do it. Some more boots. These are really nice. Good shape, good condition. Again, buy-in price was too high. Now you tell me, look at the condition of these sneakers. I just don't have luck. Other people do great finding sneakers at Goodwill. But come on, these are disgusting. They're so beat. And still, $11. I considered these Brooks. They look to be in pretty good shape, but at almost $17, I still don't quite dare take the plunge. I'm just basically doing research and looking up comps at this point before I go in for that amount of money. These Nikes were really cute and in good condition as well, but when I looked up the comps for those, they didn't bring much more than 30 at the top, so that was way too much. But I am learning to look up the numbers on the Nike tags. Look at these Air Force Ones. I mean, they were a reasonable price, but again, so yellowed, so old, so beat up. Do I buy them at this price and then throw them in the washer to see if it works? I just don't dare. I looked these ones up, but the price just wasn't there for what they were asking for them. I mean, they were all over the map, and these were not sold either. I did, however, pick up this pair of Nikes. They were really cool. They had a nice colorway, and I'm going to see what I can do with them. I just, not knowing and not having the information quite yet, I don't feel real confident paying up like some people do. We're also a size 15, which I think might help me because there aren't many in that size. But since they were blue tag and half off, I decided to check it out. I mean, the learning curve is high, people. Look at these. They look so cool. I really like this one. The colorway was great. They look fancy, but look at this damage on them. I couldn't pay even $8 for something damaged. I want my customers to be happy. Now these look super cool. These cleats were great, but when I looked up the price and the solds, it was terrible. I mean, just terrible. Who would think that they would go for this little money? So then I decided to look at menswear. I've never done well with jeans, and so that's something I'm looking at again. And anything Levi's or even Wrangler, Citizens of Humanity, any of the brands, Hollister. I'm trying to find Y2K. The way they had these hung, you could see the tags anyway, but they were mostly the really skinny jeans, and I don't really think those are in right now. I was looking, hoping to find some Ralph Lauren pants. A lot of people are having good luck selling that brand. Didn't find any of those. So again, I'm just trying to educate myself, but $25 for a pair of jeans, I just can't do it, people. Can't do it. However, I did pick up this Hollister hoodie, and it had the big seagull graphic, Y2K energy, and also this one here, this Hilfiger. I mean, they're not as good as they used to be, but it was in great shape. And I just thought this one was cool, Introvert. I bought that one. This one I really wanted to get, but the price was just too high for what it was. The quality was there, but the prices that they were bringing were just not worth it to me. I feel like I'm saying that all the time. Someone did this little elephant hanger. It's kind of cute. Let's see, or maybe it's made in India. Can't tell if it's homemade or not, but it's really cute. $6.99. I don't know if it's supposed to be painted in some way. It feels like it's plaster. It could be painted. That would be kind of a fun thing to try doing, but not today. Now I'm in the housewares aisle. I just thought this mug was so cool. I didn't end up getting it. It did have some wear on the back side, but I thought it was really a good looking piece. And then they had this little tea set. It was redware. It was super cute, but I could tell there was some damage and crazing underneath the plastic, and I couldn't open them all, so I couldn't buy them. Also, this one caught my eye. The glaze was beautiful. It's handmade, but not knowing if there's lead in the glaze, there's no materials listed, so you don't know if it's safe to cook with. I love a graphic black and white stripe or check, so these always catch my eye. I did leave them behind, but for my own kitchen, sometimes I get those. Then I'm back into the women's clothing, and I looked up this little denim jacket, and they weren't getting too much money. The size was extra small, which I'd kind of try to avoid, so I left that behind as well. I'm looking at all denim jackets right now, and I just thought I'd take a break and work on my painting a little bit. You need an outlet. Reselling is stressful. You need an outlet for your stress, and this is mine. Kind of abstract, kind of pink. My weekly rounds, I have to check the barn, even though it's 9,000 degrees in there. You never know. We're gonna look real quick though. Man, oh man. Look at this. Wow. I'm gonna say, I have never seen anything like that. Lamps. Oh, window frames. I used to paint those back in the day. Not anymore. Let's see what else we can see. Ooh, look at these brass lamps. These are cool. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see, we got an older cord on there. I don't see any maker's information. Cords are definitely older. However, look at this one here. It's kind of lightweight brass. I think I'll leave them, but those are really interesting. Ooh, and look, the one that I loved a couple weeks ago is still here. Still 15. Still gonna stay there. Here you see a grouping of vintage metal etched frames, gold tone. I'm going to sell those in a lot for about $35. Since you can usually pick them up for just $1 or $2 a piece, that's a good idea. And someone has a little instant collection for their shelf. I went back to the menswear section because I saw a new cart come out, and look what I found. Y2K, baby. These are street style, baggy shorts, Bermuda shorts, hip hop, rockaware. I think they should do well. I also found a couple of Ralph Lauren items. Found this really cool blazer and just a basic plaid shirt. Then I couldn't leave this behind. Just a vintage flannel. It's super soft, almost like a chamois shirt. Riders by Lee. And then I had to pick this up. There was no branding on it. I wonder if it might be bootleg, but this Devo band tee was really, really up my alley. I may have to keep it. Also found this Tommy Hilfiger Y2K. It just had a great look to it. Bright color, good spell out. And it's $1, luckily, because when I got it home, I noticed this hole. Oh, hate that. That's okay. Another painting shirt for me. I looked at the shelves in the last minute before I left and saw these. At first I thought Mackenzie Childs Energy, but no, they were from Joann's Fabric, but they were vintage. I also found these 3 original paintings. They were kind of a mix of watercolor and acrylic and some pencil. I thought they had really good hand, whoever did these. And they were under glass, so I'm going to ship them in their glass as a lot of 3. I did pick up this set. It was a professionally done and photograph set and signed in pencil. They look great together. They were in really good shape. I don't always pick up photographs, but these I thought were really well done. I'll sell those as a pair. And then I looked at the books because I'm really reaching here. This one I did pick up. It was probably around $30. It was a textbook. And this one as well. I really don't have the space to store books, but I'm looking into it again. I'm trying all the things. I thought that was kind of neat. I wonder if it went to a Lazy Susan type thing. And then I saw this painting. It was an original, impressionist, kind of impasto style, which I love. It had a really dated frame, but I thought someone could easily pop that out and change it if they wanted to. Here are some of the other things I picked up. LL Bean, beautiful vintage leather shoes, deck shoes, and they have Goodyear tire soles. Those will do pretty well. Here's a box of all my goodies. I can't wait to go home and list them right away. Here's some recent solds in the last 2 weeks. It's been okay, hasn't been great, but you know, we gotta check in and keep track and keep hopeful and keep selling. This was an eBay sale, one of the very few this week. Briard candlesticks. They were really pretty. They had gold rims and really good shape. I got a decent price for them. I'm just taking any offers right now. Case in point, look what I took for this beautiful Italian leather bag. And then I had a pair of boots that were the wrong color. I ordered them a while back, and they were supposed to be red. They came out more of a kind of faded pink color, and they just didn't go with my style, so I resold those. And then I picked up this set of photo albums from a cruise line, thinking someone might like that from their carnival vacation. And I was pleasantly surprised. I sold a bundle on Poshmark. I sold 4 items to the same person. This really cool little vintage brocade bag. It had a metallic thread through it. And this platter that Kim and I picked up in Montreal by Helen Ball, I just loved it. I'm glad someone gave it a good home. And also a rhinestone clamper bracelet and a Jelly Belly penguin brooch. Oh, how cute was this? Anyway, it's been okay. Hasn't been great, like I said, but I'm going to keep at it. This etching did sell for quite a good price, even though it had a lot of flocking. And then I sold that ceramic vintage basket that I showed you a few weeks ago. Those always do pretty well. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I post new videos every Monday. Like and subscribe, and join me next week to see what we find.